and welcome to this special Invictus Racing League F2 at the glorious Melbourne GP at the Australian Grand Prix. With me, as always, and fantastic for him to be here again, is Craigster. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks for that introduction. Certainly looking forward to this week's F2 race after last week's spectacular Grand Prix.
Yes. Oh my God, it was just absolutely epic. Before we carry on, Craig, we want to say to the viewers that were watched last week and following on for this week, we don't know what happened with the results because there was some weird stuff going on with the results.
There seemed to be a bit of a mix-up that the time penalties were not applied to the final race time. So we certainly had to go through that manually to ensure that we had the most accurate results from last week's race, and I think we managed to sort that.
Yeah, so I think in last week P3 was in P2, but he's dropped down. We thought we'd say that before we start because we don't want to cause any havoc or aggro and stuff. So we got, for the first time ever in F2, Craig, we've got a full grid of 20 drivers.
We do, and we also have a new member joining us this evening, F1 Richard 67, so good to have you aboard finally, Richard, and look forward to seeing what you can do in the McLaren this evening.
Oh, it'll be very good. For tonight. I'm hoping there'll be no issues tonight because we want to see some more perfect action tonight, and surely it'll be very good.
I think what will be interesting to see is what weather we get. Last night we did have a wet qualifying and changeable conditions in the Performance League. So it'll be interesting to see how the weather develops in the Formula 2
Hopefully.
race.
Oh, looks like it's going to be a dry quali. It looks a bit cloudy, unless I'm mistaken, Craig.
It's quite hard to see at the moment. Hopefully we'll get a better look at the conditions once we're out on track. Quick good evening to Sab and Lance Stroll, who join us this evening for tonight's F2 race.
Good evening, Sab.
Please feel free to post your predictions of your top 3 drivers in quali and the race.
Please do. This is going to be very interesting tonight, Craig, because we've got some of the drivers who did not race last week, obviously because of numerous reasons and stuff, but we might see some close action. I mean, you've got the championship leader of No Fish, so it's very interesting to see how he can capitalise on tonight.
I think what will also be interesting, Mark, is to see how Ollie performs this week after last week's dominating performance. But there's a little bit of a train developed for. So a lot of drivers on the grid at the moment. Looks like there's 5 cars bunched up there, just coming through the end of Sector 1. So a lot of drivers will be fighting for position for some clear space during the qualifying phase.
Okay. As you said, Craig, do you think Ollie will get pole again? Because he has got pole for the last twice now, and he only went once on the team so far.
He's certainly got a monumentous task on his hands to get back-to-back race wins. Certainly he'll be very high in confidence in the Sauber car this evening after last week's dominating display. Whether he can reproduce it this week remains to be seen. It is a tough grid. We do have drivers such as Notorious, the current F2 champion, after a poor start last week on his return to the F2 league. He'll be looking to improve. Looks as if the Renault possibly made a mistake there. If all drivers are actually on the ultra soft tyre, apart from F1 Richard 67, who is on the super softs.
Yeah, I think that's. Do you think that's a good move from F1 Richards? I know it's his first ever league race, but do you think that's a good decision on the start, the super softs, or do you think ultra soft
I
stop if he
think
makes
it's a conservative approach. I don't think he'll be aware of. I don't think he'll be aware of other drivers' pace at this stage of the race. He'll definitely get that information as the race qualification progresses. So I think possibly a safe bet at the moment on the Supersoft.
Yeah, hopefully that will be. Hopefully he has got the right decision in that one. But we might see a few drivers coming up now. With Notorious going 1:23.9. That's a good opening lap.
It is a good opening lap, but it's definitely beatable.
Yes,
just riding on board with P3. He was unlucky last week to drop down the grid order due to penalties. He'll be looking to make up for it this week as Chicken owns CZ's provisional pole. Malk, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I saw a spotty rain there. I could be wrong.
No, not that.
Maybe my eyes deceiving me. I think.
It's all right. We'll let you off, Craig.
I think I was more hopeful than anything else.
Oh, great.
So as P3 just approaches that first line, it takes provisional pole with a 3/10 lead over Chicken Owens. So strong performance from the Renault driver with 7 minutes remaining in qualifying, and Meg Lugpay. So certainly the lap times are tumbling down.
I expect it to be like 22s at least, like high 21s, but it'd be interesting to see how Nick does it.
He puts it on fourth, so 4/10 down on Meg Lugpay at the moment in the Haas car.
Spot! He's moved up to third. Oh my God! Chicken Owens!
So we have broken the 122 barrier. So the first driver to get us into the 22s, Chicken Owens in the Toro Rosso, followed by Meg Lugpay 2/10 behind in McLaren. So Ollie impressive. He's currently on the clean side of the track despite being in third. Certainly not the provisional pole at this stage of the race that we expected, but he's going to come under pressure from the Ferrari. It looks as if he's possibly blocking the Ferrari. Yeah, it does. He gets out the way very late. P3 retakes provisional pole with a 122.7. I'm not sure who was actually blocked there, whether it was Never Miss or Tejua. I'm not really sure, but certainly one of the Ferraris may have felt that they were hindered on that qualifying lap.
I didn't see that, Craig, so I can't really comment on that. I'm just watching MJ Coupe doing his qualifying lap at the minute. Tejua is still in the pits on my screen, so it may be Never Miss on the track. So that maybe answered your question on that one, Craig. We've got MJ Coupe coming up to the last few corners now. He's coming up to the grasses a little bit there, but going the corners. He's got a good exit there. He might get 24s. 24.3. He needs to push it. We've got Nitrogash in the other Red Bull. Coming up to the end of the second sector now. He's done a 50.8. I think that's a good time, but we'll see how that goes with some action going on with Nitrogash. Will he do it if he beats and cues it? Oh, that's a beautiful turn in there. He needs to get those corners right for the last few corners, just to get that good exit into the long.
Yeah, it looks as if there was a bit of a back end wobble there from Red Bull driver Nitrogash. He was just coming through the final turn. He's currently up in 15th at the moment, so he'll feel that there is more time to be gained on this lap as we approach the 4-minute warning of qualifying.
Yes. I'm surprised, Craig, that Tejua, who was, to be honest, last week he was really unlucky, because I think he would have got at least top 4. probably top 5, top 4. If he didn't make that, he said it was like a little bit of a mistake. Oh, Nigel Grash's retired. Oh, he crashed his car. I don't know what happened there, but Tedgewater is just coming out for his lap now. But No Fudge hasn't done a lap, nor Brennan's yet. I know he's on track now.
Yeah, they're certainly leaving it late as we approach 3 minutes 30. So, can anyone challenge P3 for pole at this stage of the race? Certainly, an impressive 122.7. Chicken Owens on an outlap as well as Meg Lugby. So, also as Ollie, currently down the 123.2 as Tej warms up his tyres approaching the chicane in sector 2. So yeah, we could have a climatic end to qualifying.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be alright on this, but it'll be if it stays like this, like in actual race stuff, it will make the championship more closer than ever before. But I don't think that will happen. I think P3 needs to break the duck of 4th place, because that is just stuck on 4th place the last few races. Tedgewater just going for the first couple of corners.
He'll certainly be looking to remedy that this evening, and he's in a strong position tonight, currently holding on to provisional pole. So that's a strong shout for the Renault driver, and he'll be looking for his teammate to get up close to him as well to actually help protect that lead.
Yeah, hopefully. But
so No Fudge currently yet to set a time, down in 20th at the moment. Still on his outlap, so No Fudge putting a lot of pressure on himself to maximise his qualifying opportunity. So he's certainly going for the Vettel one lap special.
Yeah, possibly, but he'll need to. Okay, here's a question for you, Craig. Do you think No Fudge will get into the top 3?
I think top 5. He isn't. I think he isn't known for not qualifying too well, but certainly producing it in the race. So I would go for a top 5 qualifying position. Yellow flag, sector 3 as Tedgewater comes through the final corner. What lap time can he set, and has he left enough fuel in the tank to have another go? He's 13. Up in 13th, so a bit disappointing from Tedgewater at the moment. Certainly expected more of him in the Ferrari car, and I think that's his one and only hot lap.
Yeah, I think he couldn't get any more from that Ferrari car, but I'm just watching No Fudge now. He's got to get... Oh, Meg Lugby! 2 tenths in 122.5. That's a good lap from him, but will P3 or Chicken Owens beat that? We'll find out in a bit, but can No Fudge get into the top 5 as what Craig's predicted? Or...
Yeah, just a quick one. The predictions coming from Lance Stroll, pole P3, second Ollie, Meg Lugby for third. I'm not sure if that's a race prediction or quali prediction.
I don't know. I was retiring in the pit lane. No Fudge. Will he do good on the couple of corners here? So we've finished qualifying now.
Yeah, so can No Fudge keep it clean as he approaches the start-finish line? Qualifying has been completed, so this will be the only... And it was an invalidated lap, so No Fudge will start down in 20th. I don't think he crossed the start-finish line to give himself another opportunity. Certainly we're not receiving any time from the telemetry. So No Fudge left it late, and he's actually invalidated his lap. So Meg Lugby currently in provisional pole at the moment, but P3 is on a hot lap as he approaches the chicane in sector 2.
Does that well. I just saw Chicken Owens lost his car. I don't know if that was like a mistake on the grass or what, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any of the tyres actually being taken off the car, so I don't know if that was in retirement on track or terminal damage.
It was terminal damage because
So
the wheel
Meg
come off.
Lugpay has bailed out of that lap and has actually went into the pits. Ollie moves up to P2 and quali. P3 holding on to P3.
P3.
GFM backs out of it, opts to go into the pit lane for retirement of the session. So it looks as if this will be the final qualifying position. So impressive from rookie sensation Meg Lugpay, who takes pole at the Australian Grand Prix.
Ooh, that is very interesting. That shocked me, to be honest. With no fudge, didn't get his time in, the championship leader. But this will be a good advantage now for Nick, because he needs the point. He's about 12 points, I believe, behind. Or maybe more. I do apologise if I've got the points wrong, but I know Nick needs to get a loads of points from him to no fudge to try at least catch up. And P3's crawling behind as well, so it'll be interesting to see how the Renault boys do it as well. But Meg Lugpay, out of nowhere, I thought Ollie would get pole because of his record of getting poles here, but it'll be interesting to see how Meg Lugpay does it. And also, new guy for... I know Shimika Mickey has joined like a few weeks ago, but I think this is his first proper race tonight as well, I think. But I know F1 Richard, a good, respectable 12th, so he'll get some new fresh tyres now. So it'll be good, interesting to see how these guys from the bottom half will see what their tyres are going to be, Craig.
I would expect no fudge to actually start on the soft tyre and look to go for the one stop, possibly hoping that drivers ahead do make contact. So the qualifying results are in. It's Meg Lugpay who takes pole, Ollie will take second, P3 and P3, Chicken Owens in fourth, Nick Thompson fifth, Never Miss sixth, Sir Spud in 7th, GFM in 8th, Wave Until 9th, Brennon's 10th, Chill Neeland 11th, F1 Richard 12th, 13th is Notorious, 14th is Dan Gibbo, Tedjuan 15th, MJ Coop 16th, BW Clyde 17th, Nitro 18th, Schmicky Mickey in 19th, and at the back, yet to set a time, was no fudge.
So, Craig, predictions. Who do you think's going to win tonight?
That is a tough one. I think I'm going to have to go for P3.
You're going to go for P3?
I'm going to go for P3.
I don't know why, but I reckon Ollie would do it again. Out of nowhere. He's done it last week. I know he was pole, but I think that will give him that a big good boost. So I think Ollie to get for it. And Ollie started it when I said do not press start. So warning to him about that one again. So now the guys are going to have to prepare themselves to get ready for the race start, which they didn't listen. So we do apologise, guys, but
well, I hope that the time that was allotted to the drivers gave them enough time to select their race strategies.
I'm hoping so, but see how it goes. So at this stand, Tedjoir is the only one from the back who's on the ultra soft. All the others are on soft tyre. That is.
And although Tedjoir's starting on fresh ultras, he could still go long on them and go for the one-stop strategy. So he's possibly hoping to clear the drivers from 11th to 14th starting on the soft. So Tedjoir looking to go quick early on in the race.
Hopefully. But don't forget, he did have a good start last week, and he will try and get that boost going on. And the dark horse I would like to see as well is Brennan's. And No Fudge as well. I'll be very interested to see how No Fudge can hold, you know, get up the grid as quick as possible and trot while the others are, pitting for the new super softs or soft tyre, depending on what they're going to do. But from what we've seen as well, I think the ultra soft, super soft is the best one, I think, or aggressive two-stop. But you have to be really good and really quick, and I would recommend Ollie P3 and Meg Luck P to be on the two-stop quicker, but I could be wrong.
Oh, just a quick question from Lance Stroll. Is it a dry race, guys? We actually haven't had the information from the pit lane as we hoped. Of course, it's dry at the moment, but whether that remains to change, we are actually uncertain at this time.
We'll find out. That's what it's good at with the F1s, because you just never know what to expect back.
So as we just wait for the 20 drivers to drive up to their grid slot, preparing for the start of the Australian Grand Prix, we'll certainly wait for the race director to get us started. It looks as if all drivers are sitting ready, waiting, and we have 2 red lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights. We are go!
Oh,
so Meg Luckpick gets a good start, but so does Ollie, but on P3. The move is P3. Oh, P3 and Ollie going wheel to wheel, coming through turn 1 and 2. Looks as if Ollie is ahead, but Chicken Owens gets a move done, P3 as well. Oh, Nick Thompson in the Haas moves up the inside. P3 caught sleeping at turn 3.
Oh my god, what a move!
Oh, yellow flag, sector 1. So it looks as if there's been an incident.
Spud has gone off.
Oh, Mickey retires from the session.
I'm not sure what happened, but we'll have to find out after. But this is quite intense moments here. We've got JFM closing in on Never Miss.
Sir Spud has actually dropped down to 18th, so possibly an incident early on in the race.
No Fudge just moved up to 13th from 20th.
Superb start from Tejwar, who's up to 8th.
That is a good start. I did say at the start, Tejwar and No Fudge to have some good starts. Shimiki Mickey has left the session. F1 Richard has dropped down to 16th. So
looks as if Nick Thompson's got the better exit. Moves to the inside, coming down the pit straight.
What a move!
Oh, it looks like Toro Rosso's ahead, but Tejwar right behind his teammate, and 7 goes wide, battling with Bren Owens. I don't know if there was a bit of contact there, but it looks as if Tejwar has spun and it's dropping him back down the grid.
I can explain on that one, Craig. Oh my god, what waves! Brennan's holding on for 8. I can explain on that one, Craig. Tejwar was going on the outside of the first corner. He went on the grass, trying to get back on. From what I've seen there, Craig, it looked like he did not had enough room for the other. I don't know who the other car was at the time, but he tried to get back on. He tried to get back on and got knocked by the other car, and he got spun. That was it. Oh my God, Ollie's closing in on Meg Luckby with 4 tenths.
Yeah, and there's currently a battle for third, continuing with Chicken, Nick Thompson, but P3 closing in behind, but never miss in the Ferrari, not far behind as well, 1.5 seconds.
No, Fudge just moved up to 11th, and MJ Coop, MJ Coop's dropped. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, he must have got collided by someone, but will Nick try and catch on to Chicken Owens?
Yeah, Nick just having a little look on the inside of Chicken Owens on the run down into turn 1. Too far back though to make a move. Can he get it done going into turn 3? No, he's still too far back, and he's going to have to watch his wing mirrors for P3 looking for any opportunity behind.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch F1 Richard, the newcomer on the F2. What? He's slow right down, which has brought Spud to bring back in
Yellow flag sector 1 and 2.
JFM's crashed. Oh my god, I don't know what happened there. Spud saw the gap there nearly and he thought he was trying to get there.
Chicken Owens just went on the grass. That compromised his exit from the turn. That allows Nick Thompson to go through as well as P3. But never miss at pace. He's actually closing down Chicken Owens, so Chicken Owens could possibly lose 3 positions.
But Never Miss has dropped down to 10th now, Craig. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Never Miss, it went on the grass. He must have got knocked down now. But we'll have to find out after. Spud, what a move from Spud. Oh my gosh, Spud. He nearly lost it there. But he hold on. He's going to try and close it on down Gibbo. We've got No Fudge, he's moved up to 9th. That is a great start from him. Tedroir and Clyde has moved up to 14th and 15th respectively.
Nick Thompson holding on to that slim lead over P3. P3 did have DRS on the run down to turn 3, but Nick Thompson maintains that half a second gap.
Yeah.
Tedroir back on the move as he overtakes Clyde on the pit straight. I don't know if Clyde's possibly... Yep, Clyde is actually in the pits, so it allows Tedroir to move up to 14th, currently hunting down Richard. It's Sir Spud, moves on the inside of Dan Gibbo.
But F1 Richard just might overtake Dan Gibbo here. He's looking for it. Oh, he thought he got it there.
Yeah, he was certainly very cautious on that run down to turn 6 and 7. So F1 Richard not want to take too many risks at this point in the race.
No, not at this stage of the race. Nitro, Clyde, MJ Coupe and Never Miss, they're all on the super soft tyre. So... just a comment from Saab. No Fudge in a very strong position, up at 9th on the soft tyres, hunting down Chill Neeland, 4/10 down as we run down into turn 1. So could No Fudge move up to 8th after starting 20th on the grid? Could be, could be not. We'll find out in a bit. Just interesting to see what's going on.
Ollie all over the back of Meg Lugby as we run. Oh, he goes to the inside, locks up slightly, and it gets the move done. So Ollie moves up to 1st place. So impressive stuff from Sauber driver Ollie. High on confidence after last week's race win.
Yeah. No Fudge has passed Chill. No, he hasn't. Oh, yes, he has. Oh, what a move. What a move from No Fudge.
Yeah, a nice overtake coming out of the chicane. So, Chill Neeland drops to 9th with Renault driver No Fudge up in 8th, both on the soft tyre.
So it'd be interesting to see how these guys can battle it out. But the guys are a little bit spread out now. So Chill closing in on No Fudge for 8th place. But we might have Meg Lugby closing in on Ollie in a bit, and also P3 on Nick. And I'll let you carry on, Craig.
Oh, Chill Neeland outbroke himself and ran into the back of No Fudge at turn 3. So the Force India driver has received front wing damage, which is a disaster because Chill Neeland was looking to go long in the race, starting on the soft tyre. So that's going to be an unforced and unscheduled pit stop.
Yeah.
So disaster for Force India at this point, but P3 maintains 4th position, currently hunting down Nick Thompson after being passed early on in the race.
Chicken Owens just dropped.
Yeah, he's in the gravel there, Malk. That looks as if it's on the exit of the chicane, and he's got a lot of traffic coming through there, so he's going to have to wait to ensure that he comes back on track safely. And he's going to be struggling with gravel on those tyres as well.
Dan Gibbo's moved up to 11. Oh, we might have a three-way. Oh, I was going to say, F1 Richard just go on the gravel there. But we might have two. Sorry about that, Craig. I didn't mean to pause there.
No, not at all. I'm just actually trying to look at the telemetry to see who is in close proximity with each other. It looks as if Wave Intel is starting to close down on Bren Ons as we come through turn 4, the gap, half a second. Both drivers on the ultra soft tyre, so possible battle for 5th place with P3 slightly ahead in P4, so we could see a 3-way battle developing for the 4th position at lap 7 of the Australian Grand Prix. Tejuar, after an early incident at turn 1, back up to 12th. He could possibly be thinking long run on the ultras, possibly going for the one-stop strategy. But he will have drivers coming at him on the super soft tyre.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how these guys, like with Wave Intel and Brennan's. Wave Intel way on the grass there, but see how it goes there.
Yeah, at the moment, the closest drivers on track are P3, Brent Ons and Wave Intel, but no fudge, 3/10 down, now 2.7 seconds on the soft tyre. He's definitely looking to go long in the race and possibly jump the 3 drivers ahead of him once it comes to the pit stops.
Yes, definitely. So what do you think of the race so far, Craig?
Certainly explosive to start with. It looks as if it's settled down a little bit. Yeah, certainly strategies will come into play and it should close the grid down again. But it looks as if the grid is starting to open up a little bit. Oh, and P3! A cheeky little move. I thought it looks like Brennan's was trying the attack, but yeah, but Brennan's was having a little look on the inside, and P3 was certainly wise to that. But that's allowed Wave Intel to close down Brennan's even more as No Fudge continues to close down the 3 leading drivers ahead. The gap now 2.1 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And Never Miss has got the fastest lap of 1:26.4, but Brennan's, Wave Intel closing in on P3, 4 P4, and certainly you've just seen
Bren Ons is certainly feeling that pressure, Malk, and he wants to get this move done as quick as possible. He's certainly aware of the pressure mounting from behind.
Yeah. We just had a comment from JFM. He touched the grass and hit the wall so much oversteer. That was what happened with his DNF earlier in the race.
Yeah, and it can be a tricky track to regain control of the car with the barriers so close either side. Oh, Brennan was thinking about the move but thought better of it, but that allows the Haas car of Wave Intel to close in behind. But it looks as if nitro gas has received terminal damage.
Oh, McLumpy and Nitro.
Oh, Wave Intel tried to move on the inside of Brennan's, but he was having none of it, and that allowed No Fudge to move up past. But Notorious is also on the move as well, up to 7th, so Wave Intel certainly compromised there with that attempt. Oh, Brennan's in P3 battling side by side as he approaches chicane. There's slight contact. Can Brennan's recover the car?
I don't know what to say there. I'll have to mention it after the race, but I just saw the last glimpse. Clyde has retired on the pit lane. I'm not sure what's happened to him.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Mark, but all 8 possibly looking for the undercut on Nick Thompson comes into the pits. That moves P3 up to 2nd, and No Fudge impressive from 20th up in 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, there was... I don't know what happened there, but P3, no fudge fighting on the exit of turn 2. It looks as if P3 just caught the back of his teammate and went into the barrier. And he's certainly going round slowly there.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Just a comment from Saab, 20th to 2nd. Can No Fudge win this? Certainly possible. 6.4 second gap to Nick Thompson ahead, and No Fudge will go on the quicker tyre after the pit stop as P3 retires from the session. Yeah, his front left tyre is actually hanging off the Renault car. So he's put it in the wall. I think there was possible grass on the tyres after that earlier runoff at turn 2. Just a quick mention to Tejuar up in 7th at the moment, yet to pit. So Tejuar got himself back up in the points, but he's going to be coming under pressure from Toro Rosso driver Chicken Owens on the super soft. Currently 8 tenths down on Tejuar as we come through the final few corners. Oh, he's on the grass, a bit of oversteer as he comes back on the track, but he's right behind the Ferrari. Tejuar currently under immense pressure.
Yeah. Oh my God! Chicken! We're side by side with Tej, and what a move! What a move! Oh, he got it there!
Yeah, certainly used DRS to its maximum possible rich fuel as well. Gets him moved done before the run into turn 1.
We've got MJ Coupe closing in on Never Miss. Sorry about that, Craig.
No, just quick touching the messages. Was crashing in quali after you've set a lap also keeps you on the same tyre. Yeah, we certainly checked that one out after our incident in Japan in the F1 League. It does keep you on worn tyres, so the 30-second penalty that we normally apply, we haven't applied it this year as the driver wouldn't start on fresh tyres.
Yes. Just a quick message from, I think it was from Rossi, I think, at the time before Meg Lumpy made that mistake. He says, Meg using my setup and bossing it. He's probably jinxed it now on that one.
Well, Meg Lumpy currently down in 13th at the moment is MJ Coupe looking to get past Never Miss, but the Ferrari driver's certainly having none of it as we come through sector 2. So Chicken Owens, after his pass on Tejuar, is also moved up beyond Spud and is currently putting F1 Richard 67 under pressure as we run down to turn 3. Oh, he's just run into the back of him slightly. I don't think there was any damage, and Chicken Owens will be relieved at that. So Chicken Owens certainly looking to certainly weaving behind F1 Richard, struggling to find a way past, possibly a bit impatient. They could get a move done into turn 6. F1 Richard goes to the inside, moves across onto the racing line, just covering off Chicken Owens. Chicken Owens certainly lighting up the rear tyres. You can see the wheels squirming, trying to keep control of the car.
Trying to hold on. Oh, he got a better exit.
Oh yeah, he's got a better exit out of the chicane on the fresher tyres and gets the move done out of the chicane. So very impressive driving from Chicken Owens. Certainly wants to get chasing after Dan Gibble ahead in 5th.
See how that goes. I'm going to go back to Never Miss and MJ Coupe while we see if there's any more action going on. And the guy... this is unbelievable. No Fudge started last tonight and he's just shot up to 1st.
Yeah, he's up first, still to make a pit stop, but he will be going on the quicker tyre. Whether he goes on the Supers or the Ultras remains to be seen. I personally believe he'll probably go on the Ultras, so looking to go long in the race. Never miss comes into the pits. That frees up MJ Coupe, so MJ Coupe moves up to 14th, looking to chase down the other Ferrari of Tejuar, currently at 11.3 seconds up the track, who has made a pit stop onto the soft tyre.
The guy that we would like to talk about as well, Notorious, he had a really unlucky race last week at USA, but he's on second at the minute with the soft tyre and he's trying it, but Ollie in the soft tyre trying to catch up with the other Sauber car. So
yeah, so I wonder if we're going to see team orders at the moment at Sauber, with Notorious allowing Ollie to chase after No Fudge. No Fudge currently 9 seconds up the track. Ollie has made his pit stop, No Fudge yet to, so will Sauber release Ollie to try and secure that race win?
Brennan's just moved up to 10th. Chill, I don't know what happened there, but he went back. But
and Brennan's currently 0.6 of a second behind Wave Intel, so Brennan's could move up to 9th.
Meg Lugpe is in 12th, he's closing in on Chill. Might go back to Chicken Owens in a bit, or maybe Ollie. Oh, maybe not. Chicken Owens has just done Dan Gibber there. Oh my god, the two Saubers! Oh my god! This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, certainly Notorious not making it easy for his teammate. It doesn't look as if he's going to be conceding second place, so Ollie's going to have to get this done. So both Sauber drivers being allowed to race at this stage. Oh, a slight lock up from Ollie as we approach turn 15. Can he get closer enough to get the move done into turn 1? Gets a better exit out of turn 16. He will have DRS. He gets ahead of Notorious before turn 1. So he's going to have to get chasing No Fudge. The gap now 9.7 seconds ahead, but No Fudge yet to make a pit stop.
No. It'll
so
be very interesting, but got Brennan's closing in on Wave Intel.
Ollie possibly in net first at the moment.
Be good. But Brennan's, he's got a better exit. Oh my god!
He's got a better exit and he is on the better tyre, also with DRS. Wheel to wheel with a Haas on the run down into turn 1. Oh, neither driver giving up.
Oh, what a move!
Oh, wheelie wheel round turn 1 and 2.
Oh, this might...
Oh, wheelie wheel round turn 3. Can they do it all the way around the track? Wheelie wheel turn 4. Any more for any more?
Please, we want more.
Oh, fantastic driving from Brennan's and Wave Intel. Hats off to you, gentlemen.
Fair play. You know what?
That is spectacular driving.
Oh, fair play, guys. Fair play. We're going to Nick now, closing on Notorious.
Meg Lugpe must have been sitting behind there with his fingers crossed. Please, guys, make contact and I can just jump the two of you. But no, it wasn't to be. As Nick Thompson moves up to third. The move getting done on Notorious on the run down to turn 1.
We might have another battle going on, Craig. Spud and F1. I was going to say F1 Sir Richard there next. F1 Richard on Sir Spud.
But Meg Lugpe currently behind Wave Intel on the run down to turn 1. DRS open, but Wave Intel will also have DRS off Brennan's. So Meg Lugpe's DRS neutralised at the moment. And can he close down Wave Intel into turn 3? He decides better of it, goes wide onto the racing line to maximise turn in and turn corner exit.
Yeah, The only guys who have not pitted so far, Craig, is No Fudge, Notorious, Dan Gibbo and F1 Richard. They're the only ones who have not pitted.
So at the moment it's possibly Ollie and Nick, 1-2. Possibly Chicken Owens, depending on when No Fudge comes out. And No Fudge is actually pitted as we speak, Malk. So Ollie moves up to first, Nick comes through, moves up to second. Notorious pits as well, but where's Chicken Owens?
Chicken Owens is still in fifth, but he's coming up to last corner. Still watching F1 Richard with Sir Spud, but we might have McLugby waving tail barrel coming up.
Well, looks like No Fudge got out before Chicken Owens crossed the start-finish line, but Chicken Owens has got the more pace at the moment. No Fudge trying to build up pace, coming out with turn 1, both drivers on super softs, but No Fudge will certainly be on the fresher rubber. So possibly a battle for third. At the moment as Ollie is building up the lead over Nick Thompson, the gap 5 seconds at the moment.
Will Nick catch up to Ollie? See how it goes, but McLugby's closing on Wave Intel.
Yeah, he's all over the back of Wave Intel ahead. He still can't get past that at the moment, so McLugby possibly becoming more frustrated in the cockpit of the McLaren.
Oh my God, McLugby is going to be very frustrated here because he needs to try and get past Wave Intel.
And they'll be aware that Brent Owens is just a little bit further up the track as well, so McLugby is going to have to get this move done as soon as possible, because being stuck behind Wave Intel on the harder tyre is certainly ruining his race strategy.
Yeah, they don't want to stay too long. Oh, no, come on guys, not this point. Wait till the DRS, that's it.
Wave Intel ran wide slightly, went onto the gravel, compromised his pace. Wonder if McLugby thought about it for a second there, but he has waited for the DRS. Can he get a good run down into turn 3? He's actually too far behind at turn 1. Just needs to get a good exit out of turn 2. Oh, he's certainly got a good exit, but can he close him down enough to make that dive into turn 3? Oh, McLugby almost had the door shut on him there by Wave Intel. There's a bit of a wheel knock by both drivers fighting for space on the grid. It looks as if Wave Intel was a bit late in the turning in, and certainly both drivers made contact as Wave Intel tried to put it round the outside.
Yeah, I would agree with you that one there, Craig, but see how it goes. It's been a very interesting race tonight as well.
Yeah,
Craig.
Tejwar into 11th at the moment on the soft tyres. Looks as if he can't get on the move at the moment, as No Fudge sets the fastest lap of a 25.8. So not the race that Ferrari wanted from both drivers tonight. Never missed down in 15th with Tejwar in 11th. So Chicken Owens pitting again onto the super soft tyre. I wonder if that was a result of possible front wing damage.
Maybe, I don't know.
So at the moment most of the drivers are spread out. Chicken Owens came out and Wave Intel put pressure on him straight away. So Chicken Owens under pressure after that pit stop. Chicken Owens he should maintain that gap over Wave Intel. He's on fresher rubber and he's certainly on the quicker tyre. So Chicken Owens should maintain 8th and possibly get chasing McLugby in McLaren for 7th.
I'll check again. Oh yeah, everyone has at least done one pit, so
So it is a race to the finish. Ollie currently maintaining his 5.2 second lead over Nick Thompson for the race lead. Is No Fudge sets another fastest lap at 1:25.5. So No Fudge certainly on the move at this stage of the race.
Yes, definitely.
So
I
chicken.
did not expect.
No,
Sorry,
carry on, Milk.
I was just going to say, I was surprised that No Fudge got into the top 3 at this stage, but this is a great race for him, and he needs to keep that momentum going to get that the speed stuff going. So
Meg Lugpay
has moved to 10th.
Yeah, Meg Lugpay pits again, comes out on at 11th. But it looks as if teammate F1 Richard is going to pass him, and does. So Tejwa back up into the points. Currently 10th on the grid, 3.1 seconds behind Dan Gibbo on the super soft tyre. So possible challenge for Tejwa to move up to 9th.
Possibly.
Ollie open up the gap even further over Nick Thompson. The gap now 5.5 seconds. So he's increased the gap to by 0.3 of a second, with No Fudge currently in third. Very impressive from 20th. Currently 9.3 seconds behind Nick Thompson for second. Notorious up in fourth.
It's a good top 4.
So it does look as if the pack's really spread out at the moment. The quickest 2 drivers are Brent Owens and Chicken Owens. The gap 1.6 seconds, but it looks as if Chicken Owens is working hard to decrease that gap to give him an opportunity to make a pass up into 6th place.
Yeah, because the guys are all spread out now, so we haven't got much close battle action now for possibly a couple of laps near the end, I think. But
certainly Ollie is pumping in the lap times compared to Nick Thompson. The gap 6.5 seconds, so almost a second of a gap increased over 1 lap.
Yeah, but No Fudge is closing right in on Nick. The top 2. It would have been top 2 at the time.
So can No Fudge get close enough to give him one chance to take second from Nick Thompson?
It could be if MJ Coupe tries to pressure on Nick, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But we might go back to Meg Lugpay and F1 Richard, or maybe Chicken Owens and Brennan's.
Well, Tejwa's got the gap down to 2.7.
Got the 2 McLaren guys. It could be team orders there.
Yeah, I think that was the fresher tyres. F1 Richards aware Meg Lugpay's just made the pit stop, so he certainly allowed Meg Lugpay to pass to get after Tejwa for that final championship point. But Chicken Owens within 0.6 of a second of Brent Owens as we run down to turn 3.
We've got, I was going to say, Chicken Owens closing in on Brent Owens with like 0.5. He's definitely going for it. He wants to own that 6th place. Get that, Craig. Gets that owned.
Chicken Owens has a little look on the inside at turn 5. Chicken Owens desperate to get this move done in Brent Owens.
I'll tell you what, Craig, this is like the Mike and Sab situation last night. But it's not.
But I don't think Brent Owens will keep Chicken Owens behind him for too long. Chicken Owens certainly on fresher tyres. Brent Owens runs wide. Chicken Owens tries to avoid him, but Brent Owens regains control of the Mercedes car.
That was a good move from Chicken Owens. I know Brennan's did a little bit of a mistake, but at least he held on to the car.
Yeah, he did well to anticipate that error from Brent Owens, and certainly done well to avoid contact.
Yeah, do you think his tyres are gone, to be fair, Craig?
I think Brent Owens' tyres possibly have gone, but Chicken Owens certainly on very fresh rubber. Certainly made that look very easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a quick message from Sab after your discussion between himself and Mike. He says, "Don't remind me."
I am sorry, Sam, but that's what it was like at the last bit, so I do apologise. But Tedros closing on Dan Gilbo.
Yeah, he's trying to drive the wheels off that Ferrari again. Certainly looking to maximise his points tally tonight after an unfortunate incident near the start of the race. So the gap down to 0.5 of a second.
So it'd be good to see if Tedros can move up to 9th. He has been very unlucky tonight as well.
Yeah, I was talking to Tedjar on the lead up to this race, and he felt that a podium was possible. So he'll be absolutely gutted with that tonight.
Yeah, definitely on that one. But don't get me wrong, I knew Ollie, Nick, and No Fudge would probably get it. I was surprised to see No Fudge in the top 3 after the softs, but he's just stuck his head, concentrated, and then that's it. Tedros got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that jeopardises his chances of catching Dan Gibbo. But he might have to do it as quick as possible.
Yeah, he's going to possibly come under pressure from Meg Lugpay in the McLaren Fresh Super Softs, charging from behind. So he's going to want to get the move done on Dan Gibbo as soon as possible and use the Williams car as a buffer to Meg Lugpay with the 5 laps remaining. But Meg Lugpay, the gap down to 2.8 seconds. So Meg Lugpay on a charge, sensing a championship point still up for grabs.
Possibly.
So will we see Tedjar will we see a dive into turn 7? Oh, he thinks better of it. Can he get alongside to put pressure on Dan Gibbo? He's got some better exit. And he just makes slight contact with the Williams ahead.
Chicken Owls is closing in on Spud for 5th. But might go back to Tedjar. But Chicken Owls.
Yeah, and Meg Lugpay's got the gap down to 0.6 of a second. 0.4. Dan Gibbo runs wide. Tedjar could sense an opportunity, thinks better of it. He's going to remain patient for DRS. Will we see a dive into turn 15 hairpin? Oh, we don't. He's going to have to get a good exit to make this move done into turn 1. He does it, he clips the grass. That allows Dan Gibbo to open up the gap, but Meg Lugpay charging behind.
Oh, he hasn't got enough there. But this is bringing Meg Lugpay back into this points situation. But Tedjar wants to try and go on the ins.
Yeah, has a little look on the outside. Will he go round the outside? He needs to watch himself if Meg Lugpay jumps in there, any gap that's left open.
Yeah, he's got to watch that. So hopefully we'll see no more. Clearly. But Tedjar's still closing in on Dan Gibbo. But will Meg Lugpay close in on Tej? We'll find out in the next few laps. But we've got the long straight here.
Yeah, well, Tej risk it in the chicane. He doesn't. And it looks as if he's actually understeering. Oh, that's a terrible exit from the chicane. Meg Lugpay senses that there's a gap. Oh, and there's contact between Tedjar and Meg Lugpay. So contact between the McLaren and the Ferrari at the exit of chicane.
Yeah. And this is now...
So Tej runs wide onto the gravel. I think that's going to be a retirement. So yeah, Meg Lugpay forced to make another pit stop to change the front wing. Tedjar drops down to 13th. So disaster for both McLaren and Ferrari. No fudge, currently 1.8 seconds behind Nick Thompson. So no Fudge has 3 seconds remaining. 3 laps remaining to get that move done in Nick Thompson.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if No Fudge can close in on Nick, which will give him a bit of an advantage for the championship points on the F2. But bear in mind, guys, as we said at the start of the stream, last week we had a bit of a points situation where the penalty time did not apply on most of them on our screens, except for like P3s. So we're hoping that it's not it's a one-off thing, but we'll do bear in mind about it to see if there's any issues on that one. So at this stand, No Fudge can see Nick.
Yeah, he's getting ever closer. The gap 1.6 seconds now. So No Fudge can certainly sense P2 is up for grabs.
Sense it, but can he do it if he beats and cues it, Craig? We'll find out in a bit.
He just needs to remain consistent, try and avoid any time penalties that might be incurred from corner cutting or track extending. The gap 1.2 seconds. He might get close enough for DRS on this lap, and it'll just bring him closer. I don't think it'll get him close enough to make an opportunistic move, but it will bring him closer on the penultimate lap of the race.
It's got to be within 1 second to try at least get
so certainly not close enough this time, Malk, so you're certainly right there. Will he get close enough for one final chance on the final lap of the race? So Ollie has increased his gap to 7.6 seconds. So it looks as if Ollie is safe to secure back-to-back race victories.
Definitely, he has improved a hell of a lot. He was unlucky at the start of the season, but now out of nowhere he's just produced some good racing at the perfect time. And just before, I bet he didn't want the break for this next week. He wanted that run to go on.
Yeah, I'm certain of that. I'm sure Ollie would want to just keep racing. He's certainly in some good form at a vital time of this season. It's just unfortunate we will have that 1 week mid-season break, so allow drivers to recuperate and prepare for the final stage of the season. No Fudge closing down Nick Thompson. The gap 0.4 of a second. Nick Thompson certainly under pressure for P2 as we approach the final lap of the race.
Nick's going. It looked like he was going defensive. He's going in the middle.
Yeah, I think he's safe enough at the moment on the run down to turn 1, but it's all going to come down to who gets a better exit in turn 1 and 2 on the run down to turn 3. Can Nick Thompson remain ahead even though No Fudge will have DRS? Oh, No Fudge takes a little. Yeah, I would have said he forced his way through there. Runs wide on the exit of turn 4. I think he did concede that place back to Nick Thompson. So very gentlemanly racing there from No Fudge. He realised that he was actually forcing himself through there for that and could have incurred a penalty. But he's going to have to watch the McLaren behind. Certainly a lap down. Doesn't need to fight at this stage of the race. So whether the McLaren will try and unlap themselves or will just allow Nick Thompson, No Fudge, to continue the battle for
No
P2.
3 seconds. But yeah, this will be very interesting now. But I do apologise earlier, Craig. It looked like it was going to be a good move there.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Mark, but Ollie just comes round the final corner and claims the race win. Nick Thompson runs slightly wide there. No Fudge on the gearbox, hanging on the rear tyre of Nick Thompson.
Oh my God! He's just hold on. Oh, that was a close one there. Congratulations to Ollie, who's won the Australian Grand Prix for the F2 League.
Congratulations for the back-to-back victories, Ollie.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. And congratulations to Notorious. for fourth, and he deserved that because he need. Oh, he's dropped down. Chicken Hours has moved up to fourth.
Yeah, I think penalties has dropped Notorious down to fifth, so Chicken Owns did well to recover back up to fourth. Sir Spud will take sixth. Brennons looks to take seventh. He doesn't. Wave Intel takes seventh. Brennons drops to eighth after penalties. Dan Gibble looks to bring the car home for ninth, with F1 Richard securing his first championship points on his very first F2 Grand Prix. So congratulations to F1 Richard on securing your very first championship points.
Definitely. Chilled to cross on 11th and never miss the last Ferrari driver to cross in 12th place.
Well, just a final message from Saab. He believes that the driver of the day was No Fudge. I would have certainly agreed with that. From P20 to P3, certainly very impressive. So as we join the drivers on the podium, Ollie will claim the top step for back-to-back race victories for Sauber, followed by Nick Thompson in the Haas and No Fudge in the Renault.
Fair play to them guys. I mean, Ollie is the man on the form now, but don't get me wrong, No Fudge, since the start of the season, he has been in the top three in any order in top three for the last 6 races.
So just to bring you the final classifications of tonight's race: Ollie claims race 1, Nick Thompson second, No Fudge third, Chicken Owns fourth, Notorious fifth, Sir Spud sixth, Wave Intel seventh, Brennons eighth, Dan Gibble ninth, F1 Richard 10th, Chill Nealand 11th, Never Missed 12th, McLugby 13th, MJ Coop 14th, Tedjoir 15th, P3 and 16th. And the rest of the grid had retired from the race. So thank you to everyone who joined us for tonight's F2 race, and as always, thank you for the comments. We're certainly very grateful for those as well. Next week is our mid-season break, so we'll just be off for 1 week, and we will return 2 weeks from this evening for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Malk, your final thoughts as always.
Final thoughts, good race, some good battles going on, and just epic double win for Ollie. I thought there was going to be a close action between Nick and No Fudge, which Nick has just dropped down the championship lead with a little bit there, but yeah, it's just a great debut for F1 Richard, and yeah, and great race for Notorious and everyone else. It's been fantastic, and I just want to say, how about your final thoughts, Craig, before we shoot off?
Fantastic race from No Fudge, certainly very impressive. Great wheel-to-wheel racing from Wave Intel and Brennons, I believe it was. Could be wrong. But certainly some really good wheel-to-wheel racing up and down the grid, and certainly hope to see more of that in Brazil. But thank you to all who joined us. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's race as always, and we do hope that you join us for the next race, which is round 7, Brazil, as I said, in 2 weeks' time.
I tell you what, stay classy, guys. Stay classy. See you all soon. Cheers, for that, guys. Take care.